हरिः ओम् आपदाम् अपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्. नमः सर्वेभ्यः. Today I am going to cover Sargas 50 and 51 of the Yuddha Kanda. In the Sarga 50 we have some interesting scenes of how Sugriva consoles Vibhishana, and then the appearance of Garuda Deva, who comes and releases Sri Rama and Lakshmana out of his sneha, as he says, from the Nagapasha. Vibhishana has arrived. In the beginning, when the Vanaras see him, a very big dark figure with a gada, they are already so scared of the terror that Indrajit has unleashed on them in the night that they mistake him again for Indrajit and start running away. They are so scattered and so scared that Sugriva is first unable to understand this. He asks Angada, what is the problem? Are these people running away because Sri Rama and Lakshmana have been bound in Nagapasha and they seem to be breathing their last? Or is there some other reason? I think there is some other reason. Then Sugriva discovers that actually they are scared of the appearance of this Rakshasa whom they are mistaking for Indrajit. So Sugriva tells Jambavan, Vibhishanoyam samprapto yam društva vanarashabha vidravantyaha paritrastaha ravanatmaja shankaya. They are mistaking, oh Jambavan, the Vanara warriors, they are mistaking this Vibhishana who has just now arrived to be Ravanatmaja, that is Indrajit. Please go and convince them that this is actually our own Vibhishana, our dear friend, and they should not be scared. Encourage them to come back and regroup. So Jambavan goes to do this. Meanwhile, Vibhishana comes to the spot where Sri Rama and Lakshmana are lying flat, pierced by a network of arrows, and he feels very distressed. Remember that in the past he had actually consoled Sugriva, saying, don't be worried. But now he is in great distress. He says, Bhratuhu putrena chaitena dushputrena duratmana rakshasya jimhaya budhya vanchita vruju vikramau. These Sri Rama and Lakshmana, Ruju Vikramau, they are really truly valorous. They have true valor. But my brother's son, Dushputra, this Indrajit, he has used Rakshasi Maya, and with that he has defeated them. Vanchitaha, they have been cheated in the battle. Supto Drushyate Shalyakaviva. Look at these two brothers. They are pierced with so many arrows, they look like two porcupines. Yayo Viryam Upashritya Pratishtha Kankshita Maya Tavimau Dehanashaya Prasuptau Purushashabhau. Vibhishana now expresses a very humanly thought, a thought of a human weakness. He says, these two brothers on whose valor I was depending and I was actually hoping to become the king, now their bodies have been so badly damaged. Deha Nasha. They are now lying down. Probably they are dead or they are going to die. So my hopes of becoming the king are lost. Vibhishana now needs consolation. Sugriva does that. He says, Vibhishana, don't be disheartened. Do you think Ravana will have his way? Garudha adhisthitau ubhau Raghava Lakshmanau Chaktva Moham Vidhishyete Ravanam Rane. Vibhishana, know that Sri Rama and Lakshmana will be so valorous. It will be as if they are riding on Garuda as their vehicle. And then they will get rid of the problem. They will destroy Ravana in battle. Don't worry. You will be crowned as the king of Lanka. They will then only return triumphantly to Ayodhya with Sri Rama's queen. Now Sugriva thought of doing something because the matter was at a standstill. He approached his father-in-law, the Vanara chief Sushena. Sushena was a very wise man. He knew a lot about medicine. He said, Sushena, you do one thing. You take these two brothers. The moment they regain some consciousness or as soon as it is safe, take them with the warriors back to Kishkinda. Transport them safely and keep them protected so that they can regain their health. In the meanwhile, I will lead the Vanara army. Defeat and kill Ravana and all his folk. I will release Sita and bring her to Kishkinda. Then all will be well. Sushena is an elderly Vanara who has seen much action in his days. He avers that there is a way to revive the brothers now itself. He recalls the ancient big battle between Devas and Asuras. Asuras always resorted to their occult tricks and tied up the gods in Nagapasha many times. The Devas looked lifeless as they lay flat at that time with the onslaught of the Asura magical weapons. Then Brihaspati, the guru of Devas, sent for some special medicinal herbs in the Himalayan mountains and restored the Devas to their full health. He says there are these magical divine herbs available in the mountains that came up during the Kshirasagara Manthana. The Vanara chiefs Sampati and Panasa should proceed quickly to the mountain peak on the bank of the Kshirasagara, which was churned for Amrita. In fact, Hanuman should go at once. The two peaks, Chandra and Drona, on the banks of the Kshirasagara, have these Sanjeeva Karani, life restorer, and Vishalya Karani, remover of weapons embedded in their bodies and injuries. These two herbs he should bring. And by Lord Brahma himself, he has created these herbs. Hanuman should immediately fetch those herbs to revive Sri Rama and Lakshmana. Just as this important conversation between Sugriva and Sushena is underway, there is suddenly a big storm of wind and total perturbance. The oceans start rising in the ocean starts rising in big waves. The serpents and snakes all around are all agitated and start running helter-skelter. The mountains are shaking and everybody is amazed what has happened. Tato muhurtat garudam vainateyam mahabalam vanaraha dadrishu sarve jvalantamiva pavakam. Like a huge burning conflagration of fire arrived Vainateya Garuda Mahabala. The Vanaras saw him. They were totally in disbelief looking at this incredible person of Lord Garuda. Most of them could not understand who he was. He descended from the skies, blazing. Now we must remember how Sita has again and again compared Hanuman to the wind god Vayu and Garuda. Even Sugriva has just now referred to Garuda. That means Garuda was highly revered as a divine bird capable of fantastic acts and also being the very, very loyal vehicle of Mahavishnu. He is the ultimate source. Garuda, we must remember, he is the ultimate source of fear for all the snakes and serpents in the world from time immemorial. His deeds of valor are everywhere mentioned in the Puranas. Ratha Suparna Kakutstau Spruštva Pratyabhinandya cha Vimamarshya cha Panibhyam Mukhe Chandra Samaprabhe Vainateyena Samsprushtaha Tayoho Samnuruhurvranaha Savarne Chatanu Snigdhe Tayorashu Babhuvatuhu Tejo Viryam Valam Chauja Sahascha Mahagunaha Pradarshanam Buddhischa Smrutischa Viguna Tayoho. The golden winged Garuda went directly to Sri Rama and Lakshmana and touched them with his wings. In the meanwhile, as I mentioned to you, all the Naga Pashas, all the snakes who had wound them up, who had bound them, who had bitten them, they had all run away, they had all disappeared. Garuda touched Sri Rama and Lakshmana, wished them with great courtesy, and wiped their moon-like radiant faces with his wings. Can you imagine how nice it would be? As soon as they were touched by Garuda, the brothers' injuries completely disappeared. The brothers' radiant color came back to their bodies, and they woke up most cheerfully. Their glowing prowess, physical strength, military might, enthusiasm, and all their famed qualities, as well as their intellect and memory, everything came back doubled. They were fully restored and doubly powerful, doubly capable, doubly radiant. Garuda now warmly embraced both the brothers. Sri Rama was very cheerful as he spoke. Bhavat Prasadat, he says, O Lord, by your grace, the extreme danger and distress we were subjected to from the attack by Indrajit have been dispelled. We have been instantly restored fully. My heart gladdens as I am meeting you as if I have met my glorious father, King Dashratha, or my grandfather. He says, Ko Bhavan, Rupa Sampannaha, who are you, this glorious form that you have? Please tell me, sir, who are you indeed? You are looking divine and you are adorned with divine ornaments. Garuda looked at Sri Rama most affectionately as he replied, Sakhate kakutstha, Priyaha, Prano, Mahishcharaha, Gurutman iha samprapto yuvayoho sahya karanat. Oh dear Sri Rama, I am your close friend. I am dear to you like your own life. I am your alter ego, like your breath. I am Garuda. I have come here expressly to revive you both. Garuda discloses that he came to know in heaven of Sri Rama and Lakshmana's Nagapasha and predicament and came instantly. Garuda says that nobody else, neither Indra nor all the gods or Gandharvas or anyone else could have released them from these Nagapasha bonds. The demons fight a deadly battle and use all evil forces to subjugate the enemy. The Nagapasha is nothing but the highly poisonous serpent children of Kadru, and they had attacked Sri Rama and Lakshmana in the form of arrows when invoked by Indrajit. Garuda congratulates Sri Rama that he, along with his brother, has been revived quickly and restored fully thanks to Sri Rama's good luck. He does not say his own powers. He says, you are fortunate. They should be very watchful in future. They should realize that the Rakshasas will fight only using magical weapons, unlike Sri Rama and Lakshmana, who use only righteous weapons and who fight a dharmic battle. They follow the rules of warfare, but not the Rakshasas. Garuda wants to bid goodbye. He embraces Sri Rama and says that when the war is won, Sri Rama will realize their unique relationship. We will see at the end of Uttarakhanda how Sri Rama goes as Mahavishnu back to Vaikuntha with Garuda. Garuda assures Sri Rama of his certain victory over Ravana and the happy restoration of Sita to him. Garuda now does pradakshina to Sri Rama reverentially and flies away at great speed. The Vanara chiefs are extremely glad to see their two lords, Sri Rama and Lakshmana, fully restored and leading them again. There are leonine roars, like lions roaring, thousands of lions, can you imagine? All the Vanaras roar in confidence, regroup again, and they are battle ready to go and attack Lanka again. They gather their weapons, that is boulders and huge trees and everything. Their loud battle cries echo in all the directions. Esham tu tumulam tada shushrava Ravana. Ravana heard, sitting in his assembly, this loud roar of the Vanaras coming back to attack. Suvyaktam mahiti pritihi etesham vipulaihi nadaihi chukshubhe lavanarnavaha. It is quite clear that the Vanaras are supremely delighted. They observe their uproar. They seem to have stirred up the ocean into a high tide by their cries. Ravana wonders how the Vanaras can be celebratory when their two heroes, Sri Rama and Lakshmana, are dead by Nagapasha. He asks his chiefs to investigate the cause. They rush to the top of the outer wall and see, to their utter astonishment, that Sri Rama and Lakshmana are totally radiant, free of any problems. Nagapasha and all gone, and the Vanara army is about to attack them again. The chiefs are mortified to know this, and they come back quickly. They don't want to be killed by Ravana, but they break the news to him. Oh Lord, Rama and Lakshmana have broken free. They are now like tusker elephants who have broken free from bonds. Tachrutva vajanam tesham rakshasendro mahabalaha chinta shoka samakranto vavarna vadano bhavat. Vivarna vadano bhavat. Ravana heard this and suddenly he was plunged into great worry and the color was drained from his face. Ghoraihi dattavaraihi badhau sharaihi ashi vishamopamaihi अमोघैः सूर्यसङ्काशैः प्रमथ्यैः इन्द्रजिता युधि तदस्रबद्धम् आसाद्य यदि मुक्तौ रिपु मम संशयस्थमिदं सर्वम् अनुपश्यामि अहं बलम्. Those deadly arrows endowed with fatal, instantaneous fatality, guaranteed poison, those fearsome serpents in the form of arrows, specially empowered by boons and infallible. They are never allowed to fail. They glow like the sun, were used by Indrajit to bind these two brothers. How did my enemies break free from those deadly weaponized bonds? Indeed, the whole matter is so suspicious. I have to completely reassess our strategy now. Ravana had always resorted to such magical weapons and he always trusted them. Now he is finding his weapon to fail. Ravana was himself breathing like a hissing serpent. He now called Dhumraksha. He called him Bhima Vikrama. You do one thing. Go and attack Sri Rama and the Vanaras and kill all of them. Dhumraksha was very happy to be given this responsibility. He went with great enthusiasm to the palace gate, exclaimed to the Rakshasa commander, Tvarayasva Balam Shigram, come on, get everybody ready. Let us go back to battle. The Rakshasa forces got ready, and as they also started making noises, picking up all their weapons, they left in their chariots, on horses, on top of elephants, in full battle readiness. Dhumraksha himself boarded a divine chariot. He was roaring in anticipation of a great battle. He went to the western gate, which was where Hanuman was waiting with the army. Valmiki says that Dhumraksha's chariot was drawn by Rakshasa-like donkeys. They had devilish faces. They were braying all the time. Dhumraksha first did not notice all the bad omens around him. The omens were very alarming, dark skies and everything. The Rakshasas who were going to fight along with him, they were very disheartened. But Dhumraksha did not care. He marched ahead to face the Vanaras. This is the end of Sarga 51. Sri Rama Jayam.